Looking like there's a few more Vorcha here than in the last one. Shouldn't be the end of the world. Welcome back to episode 2 of the BloodPack. Starting this episode off, we have a little bit of basic rearranging to do. So we found a billiards table, a poker table, so we're going to bring them down. Also realised that the power that we have, because we can't build power conduits ourselves yet, because we are super low in the tech tree. We're kind of limited to what we can do, so we're going to have to take some of the batteries from over here, put them down here to reinforce this power grid. We're taking the solar panel that we looted from another base, and we're going to put that down there. This should give enough power to the coolers to keep this room here cool. We're going to break down the tables in here, so we're going to have more space, because we are running out pretty quickly. We still haven't found a trade beacon, so we can't call in trade ships, but we have set up a trade spot down here for the ship to land, so they can come in and they can still land. We also have another battery here, so let's go and put that onto haul urgently. We've got gold over here, plenty of steel, which is good, and then we also got like plasteel and other bits over here that we're all going to be breaking down. So we're going to be able to get a lot from here. We're not going to be able to take virtually any of it with us because we can't carry much. We've got some donkeys, but the donkeys are still somewhat limited. We've changed over some of the bios on our Vorcha, so they all get Sanguine and Bloodlust. And then the rest of the stats that they get are the stats that they have. So what we'll do is we'll get rid of, say, like one of their good traits and one of their bad traits. So then it balances itself out somewhat. Just because I don't think the Vorcha should be being bothered by the things that normal people are bothered by. You just look at them in the lore and they survive horrific stuff and they are fine about it. Like, their planet is basically super inhospitable, and survival is so paramount in that planet that they only work together in small groups because they can't actually work together in large groups because there's not enough resources and the mentality doesn't have it, and they always put themselves first. So there's no like collective mentality. It's like, oh, and also it's the other reason they don't hold grudges as well, because they just don't see the point in it, because, well, they kind of don't live long enough, and alternatively it's not a massive thing for them because they just want to survive. So just take it from that, we're going to make them so they're pretty much always happy, not running off on mental breaks and being like mopey. Are they going to get war crimes from not eating from a table? Probably. We've got some donkeys getting on, so that means we're going to have some little more donkeys running around soon, which is good. We've got some weapons, can't really sell too much, can't really carry too much, and we also have another raid coming in 1 day's time, which is kind of cool. That means more Vorcha, which means more leather, which means soon we can start making Vorcha jackets and start selling them, because war crimes, that's pretty much it. Actually, that being said, whilst we're here, can we put in a crafting table? Nope. So let's go put in a crafting spot and see if we can't make some tribal wear up. We are moving the research table across, so we should be able to start producing, well, learning some stuff. I think we'll go with complex clothing to start with, then into some smithing. That all sounds pretty good to me. And then I think from there we'll get microelectronics. Yeah, that is 6,000. Vorcha's research super slow, and we've got no one that's any good at researching. Yeah, this is going to take a while to actually get any decent tech, but that's fine. That's kind of the idea of it. We want to loot pretty much everything that we're going to be using. Bang on cue, the Vorcha have arrived. It's a pretty small group, and they're not rocking anything too fancy, so this should be a nice easy thing to take out. Grenades are always super annoying when the Vorcha are using them, because your guys get knocked down and then before you know it, the body's been blown up. You leave Vorcha alone for enough time, they will get back up, but not if their body gets destroyed, so got to be careful with that. We've got our 2 snipers set into the main positions. We have Crank, which is a user recommended name, and then we have Run From Fire as well. And I think we might give Run From Fire a flamethrower, just because I don't know, I think that's fitting. It just seems to make sense to me. Run From Fire, he gets a flamethrower, which is cool. We're also going to need to start looking for some more grenade launchers, because the Vorcha love flamethrowers and they love grenade launchers, so we want to get them in as soon as we can. Our other guys are coming up slowly, and we do need something a bit bigger than pistols, because there we go, living up to the name, Running From Fire, getting out of the firefight. He's fighting a Krogan, he's not going to last long. What are you like? Careful shooter, teetotaler. Restless, abrasive and clumsy, nothing much. What we really do want to fight is our bionically talented one. And then with that we can have like some super powerful bionic Vulture. Because I think that sounds fun. Not that it's going to be particularly lore accurate, because nobody would put that much energy into one. But that's quite good. So if we look here, so he's very neurotic, which means he's got plus 40% work speed. Mental break threshold, yeah, not great. And energetic on top of that, so he has plus 60% to his work, which is fantastic. And also, he's got potential for intellectual. He can't shoot or melee to save his life, but that's not a massive issue. And he's a sleever. So what we could do, if the tech goes up, because we have the altered carbon technology in here, if I can find it, we have the human sleeve research. If we do that, what we can do is we can, I'm thinking we find like quite a secluded area, we go in and then we just start producing a mass Vulture army through like cloning and that. So like a proper like twisted evil organisation of just making like mass expendable Vulture, and then just send them out on like suicide raids to go and wipe out the others. Because this is in Rimwar, so one of our conditions for winning is to wipe out one of the other races. So if we go in, use all of this like mass Vulture armies to go in and attack people, and then we win through basically annihilating them, which I think would be quite fun. That'd be a different way to do it, instead of taking a ship off the planet or that sort of thing. Yeah, we just actually complete the Rimwar objective, and we just do that with this brutal mass Vulture horde. And to me, that sounds like a really fun way to do it. So on Kook, he's already got frail, because he's 12 years old, so he's just got frail coming, which is kind of annoying. He does have an infection, but these guys... Oh, actually, his immunity is not going up as quickly as it should be. So we might need to go put him into a bed. We'll take Crank's bed, turn that medical, and you are going to go rest up until then. He is missing a lung, which is a bit of a shame. If I'm not mistaken, they should regrow in time, but I don't think it will. And we're a long way from getting bionics, so he might be pretty done. Well, that'll be the first Vulture down. What we'll do is we'll just go and cut him up and turn him into a jacket or something. We did have a trader come in, so they're a shaman merchant. We just sold them a bunch of like the leather, some of the meat, and then a whole load of steel. So we got a bunch more silver coming in, and then with that we are now gonna, I think we'll fight one more raid, try to get those slaves that we got down here, get them into a situation where maybe we can recruit them or get a psychic pacifier onto them. And then we're going to need to move off to another Vulture village and cause a bunch more trouble. We do need a lot of money, because we need to start getting armor, because Vulture aren't great and they take a long time to level up, but they're just very expendable. But obviously we just don't want them all dying off, because then we don't be constantly stuck in a rut of trying to get them, train them up, and then they die. They are expendable, yes, 100% expendable, but if we can keep them alive for longer, we're going to get better Vulture, which means we can recruit more Vulture, which means we get more Krogan, which means we can take over the planet with a absolute horde. Next Vulture raiders come in. It's a pretty small one this time, which is cool. So Grugon can go that way. Our two snipers will go to the top, and they should just be able to pick them apart. I took off the Mass Effect UI. I really liked the UI. It was a lot of fun, but every time you press the space button, it just made this really annoying noise. So I think instead of driving you guys crazy, we would just take it off, and then hopefully, well, you know, the standard UI is pretty nice anyway, so we don't need to worry too much. I did like it, but like I said, just the noises that it was making. It took a long time to try just to edit that out, because that's not what you guys want to hear. A bunch of super annoying noises going off. Okay, Grugon's done on that side. That's cool. Our snipers are doing what they need to up here. And as soon as we start fighting anything bigger and stronger than the Vulture, we might be in a little bit of trouble with the weapons that we've got. But that's why we're fighting the Vulture. They drop some decent leather, some meat, and then we can just turn that into more food. So, happy days. And he's healing up there. Run from fire and Kook are fighting. That is fine, not an issue. Anytime you want to kill these guys, that'd be fantastic. Sweet. And we'll just take this one and then we're done on that raid. Okay, this is a little bit twisted. Hopefully I've got the clip so I can drop it in to show you. Run from Fire just went to attack Cook because he was in the hospital bed. So he beat him up to knock him out the hospital bed and then he just got in it. I've never seen that before, but that's actually awesome. I rate that. That was fun. Thought you were interesting. We have just had a slaver come in, and the slaver has 2 Krogans on them. Now these Krogans aren't amazing, but they have the potential to be quite good. So we got Kotarum, who's a misandrous, abrasive and efficient. So nobody is going to like them, but we can sort those out a little bit later. And then double burning in passion, double burning in intellectual, which is good. So now we have a researcher, and also a double burning passion in shooting, and can kind of do animals. So I think we'll pick this one up because obviously we do need more Krogan. And then we also have this guy here, which is Brydrax. Temperature intolerant, careful shooter, industrious, nudist, and abrasive. So yet again, terrible traits, but we can sort it. We can use the Polaris tech. It'll be expensive, but we can tweak those traits, not an issue. But double burning, passion, and crafting, and we do need a crafter. Has potential to be okay at social and intellectual, but straight off the bat, decent at shooting and decent at melee. So if we can pick, we'll pick the first one up, and then we do have a bunch of money laying around somewhere. Oh cool, and we got another bunch of slavers coming in. Yeah, there should be some silver laying around because we've done the trade with the other guys. And then we'll drop that in as well. And that should be enough to get us the other Krogans, so then we'll be up to 3 Krogans. Which means we'll have a absolutely awesome centre line to our force. Because Krogans are hard as nails. Think we're going to take out the last Vulture attack. Some other slavers came in, some Krogan castaways. Nothing interesting there for us. But now we got some more Vulture coming in. I think we'll just deal with it with a small group. It looks like Kook is about to die. He's got a problem with an infection, and for some reason it's just not healing. So infection, extreme 99%, immunity 76. He's been resting up, but I think it's because he's just so smashed up and old. Yeah, he's not doing great, so we're probably going to lose him, which is fine. We're just going to need to get some more Vulture in. We've still got these 3 down here, so hopefully we can get a psychic pacifier, and then we'll get those onto our side as well. But we're only going to spend a small group, so we're going to send the 2 snipers and 1 of the Krogan. Okay, Kook is dead, which is fine. We'll turn him into some leather so we can go sell it. Then we'll probably butcher him as well, and then once we've butchered him, we'll probably turn him into some pemmican, because you know, we're caring like that. We're good to our colonists, and also these guys are the only ones in any sort of armor. And well, what we really don't want is to keep getting our Vulture mashed up, because yeah, they can regenerate, but if they're not in armor, it's taken a little while, and we're getting attacked every 24 hours, so we want to be careful of that. Okay, you go off there. You go melee him to death in the meantime. What's he got? Good hygiene, inefficient, and craven. Good stats across the board. Shame he has to die. And then we've got 1 Vulture running away there, not a massive issue. And then we'll be off this map tile before the next attack comes in. So leaving this time around, we can carry a lot more stuff. So we can carry 752 kilograms, which is really good for us. Which means we've been able to take most of the stuff off the map with us. So we're quite happy about that. We're not leaving anything of value behind. And we can also take all of our supplies, which is a nice change. Okay, can't get to the 17 components. I'll be right back with you. We got to the Krogan outcasts, and unfortunately, other than a psychic pacifier, they really don't have much kit at the moment. So, but we will pick that up because we're just going to need the extra firepower, well, the extra Krogans or Vultures. We're not doing super well on food, so we are going to keep some of the meat with us. We're selling off the Vulture stuff. It doesn't look like they want the pemmican or a bunch of the other kit, which is fine. So we're going to then carry on up to Westron, and then from Westron we are going to head across to the next Vorcha town. Picked up one Alliance helmet and one Alliance light helmet. Not really what we're after, so we can't even go trade with those. They don't like us enough. Okay, then we are off to attack some more Vorcha. In the meantime, if we go into gear, soon as it is the Krogans that are mainly going to be fighting, let's go give them some helmets. Looking like there's a few more Vorcha here than in the last one. Shouldn't be the end of the world. We might just be able to take this. They haven't got too great of the equipment. They've got some decent stuff. Like grenade launcher, we want that. And they do have a mortar shell that is firing at us. So we are going to need to move in. Move up and hopefully not get tagged by it. And then we're also going to need to set the donkeys into their own little area. So they don't run off and get themselves killed. Well, we'll put them there so they at least can get some food. Donkeys move in. Okay, avoided the shell. Fantastic. And I think I'm going to try to take them pretty much out in the open. There's a nice big flat area here. There's only a little bit of cover there, so don't need to worry too much about that. We'll get our snipers into position. So here and there. Crank's got the grenade launcher. So if you take that flank there, run from fire, you go to here. Not sure what to call the Krogans yet. That is fine. We'll move Grugon round. He's going to drop the incinerate onto the mortar, which hopefully should knock the guy off it. And if the guy's off it, he's not going to be firing. And we're also going to be able to hit the shells, so they can't actually do anything more with it. Cool. Then we want to pull up. So hopefully brings everything into the firing line. And hint it there. Snipers will be firing in just 1 second. Then as they get in, the pistols will start firing. Crank, you're going to need to move back. That is not a good place for you. Don't want to put him on attack just yet. What else have we got that's going to help us? We got another incinerate. Bang that down there. Cool, that's all going okay. Gravers are tough, but they're definitely not invincible. He just got a belly full of lead right there. We'll move you back as well. Don't want you getting taken out. Let's go defense matrix. Do you have another incinerate ready? Yep, cool. Move this way. Drop that right there. Take those two down. Not going great on this side. But we're still not down on anyone. That's cool. They are running into us, unfortunately. You still have 4 hours. The rest of the guys are firing okay. You've got back up. So if I can get you to pick your pistol up, buddy. No. Pick the pistol up. Let's try this again. Pick up Alliance pistol. When you're ready. Cool. Let's get you in a situation so you can fight. These guys are getting gunned down quite nicely. Cool, cool, cool. Not going perfect, has to be said, but that's right. Why do you keep dropping your gun? Okay. Find that area secure. You guys move along. You guys go in there. You got 10 hours. Soon to be stable over here now. We went round and finished off pretty much all of the Vorcha. That one's on fire, so hopefully he dies. These ones we're not too interested in. Bring the 2 snipers down so they can try to take out the turrets. But thankfully this guy has just been here, just wandering around. So what has happened is the cooldown timer hasn't triggered for the base. So we haven't got the 4 days until the next attack yet. So we should be able to clear this out, get everyone ready and rested, and then move in to be able to take this over nice and quick. And then we're going to be able to process down all of those Vorcha bodies fairly rapidly, I think. Base is now destroyed. So we got a whole bunch of relation with some people, which is good. There's only 1 turret left at the top on this side, and then this is now all ours, so we're just going to claim all of it. And let's have a little look around the map, see what we got. We got some coolers, so we'll deconstruct them. Some elephants, that's good. Elephants means lots of meat. Nothing too much happening there. We've got a couple deep drills. Yeah, again, can't really do too much with those. And nothing else really about. Well, we'll break down those doors if there's anything in there. And let's get in closer. And we'll take down these doors as well. And we're just going to need to find a place to put the prisoners. And then we've got the psychic pacifier, so that's, well, one of them we can take straight away. These guys are going to take a long time to heal up. Even though they are Krogan, they do heal pretty quick, but there's just the amount of damage they took. And then we got our snipers just about to take out the last turret, which is fine. Probably should put them in cover, but we kind of need that dead. Gonna use the psychic the psychic pacifier on Grigas, so that'll get him onto our side. We have moved the hospital from outside into this little area here with a bunch of prison rooms, and then we're also going to set up a little storeroom in here so we can try to keep everything cold. But obviously right now, little point doing that because we've got no batteries, so we can't really do too much of it. And if you want to go outside, put yourself out. And which one were you? You're a careful shooter, fast walker, greedy and nimble. So we'll keep the fast walker, careful shooter, and then we'll get rid of those two, I think. And then that'll be our new Vulture. Then every time we move location, we have to go onto here and then click reduce resistance. We are running super low on food now. Food is becoming a bit of a problem, so we're going to have to figure out a more reliable way. So I think we're going to need to get some skill trainers for cooking so we can actually produce some pemmican quicker. Because right now we are not producing enough of it quick enough. Let's build another copy there. And then the more food we get out, obviously, the more our guys can eat. So that's going to be better because we need more food. And right now we do not have enough. We also need armor for the Krogan because they do not heal quite as quickly as the Vulture. And we also need guns. We need basically everything that we don't have right now. But we are getting somewhere. Slowly, but we are getting somewhere, which is a decent enough start. If we came in and were super powerful straight off the bat, I think this wouldn't be quite as interesting. But it's going to be a grind. A definite grind. But it's going to be a lot of fun doing it. And let's go here onto apparel and then no tainted apparel because we don't want any of that in our nice storeroom. And yeah, Vulture absolutely suck at building. They're struggling to build wooden walls. We've had more botches than successes. So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. They aren't as good at many things, or as good at a lot of things. Yeah, they're fairly well balanced actually, the Vulture. Good at fighting, they get back up, but suck at everything else. They finally managed to finish off this story. That took way longer than it should have. And it turns out we had a bunch of crypto sleep caskets that we haven't opened yet. So I think what we do is we get Grugon. Well, yeah, he's around. And I want you to open that and see what comes out. Because if it's something with armor, that's going to be a very, very good time for us. And it was empty. Not a problem. That is fine. You go off, carry on doing what you're doing. We're already out with the Vulture meat. That's all gone already. Let's go see what's on the map. We've got elephants, emus and ostriches. We'll go take them out. And then we'll reinstall this here. And then same as that one there. So we don't have to redo the builds. And then we're going to copy this, delete that. And then re-put it down here so everything's a little bit closer together. Take that out and then paste settings. Cool. Oh, and there's a bunch of... Oh, peach trees. Okay, cool. That's interesting. We've got Slaver from the White Hand. We are super low on food. And that needs to get moved somewhere. Okay, we're going to need to set up a dumping stockpile zone over here. Clear all. Allow apparel and don't allow clean. Because they are keeping that door open. And if that door's open, then that is bad times for us because it won't cool down. And we're going to have to stop the donkeys going in there because they just love going into the storerooms for some reason. That's literally their favourite game. It drives me batty. It's like you can go everywhere else, just not the storerooms because you leave the doors open and then all the cold air like gets all messed up. Sweet, we've got 12 hours to the raid. We've been here for a little while, not super long, but a while. Run from fires, running from the ostrich. You're so good at living up to your name. There we go, cool. Quasar took it down for you, so don't worry, someone's got your back, bro. And what was Grigus good at? Melee, animals, medical. Yet again, nothing that we really need right now. Let's get you onto some crafting. Cool. And we need to find another cook, because we aren't doing so well on the old cooking front so far. So Grigus, you're our second cook now. Cool. Quasar decided to fight an elephant in close combat. Doing surprisingly well. Run from fire's given a little bit of fire support, so that should go down fairly quickly. But we're going to need some assault rifles, I think. Well, actually, just weapons in general would be quite good. Actually, you just carry on doing what you're doing. There's only one revenge there. The slavers are up here, so let's see if we can't go and sell them some stuff. I don't know, maybe some leather if we've got it. I doubt we've got any meat. We're super low on the old pemmican front still. But maybe with these animals getting butchered, we can produce some more, which would be good. So, yeah, not looking great. Do have a whole bunch of components, some cloth, vulture skins. That's all cool. A bunch of narcotics. They can have our steel, uranium. We want the peaches. We'll get rid of the beer, the mead, and get rid of these weapons. And unfortunately, nothing on the slave front for us. Vulture tribe is coming in with a siege. We've got one of the Krogan on a mental break, so I think we'll just take the two snipers up and our big boy Krogan. Head down here, and that should be enough. Yeah, there's only a couple of them. So we're in. 16 survival meals, which is good. Some shells, a bunch of components. If we can take them out before they start building, we are going to be in for a good time. So let's go straight in with an incinerate to the top. Actually, where can I get away with an incinerate without causing too much trouble? Let's actually move back. They're assaulting the colony. That's not a problem. Bring them back onto us. Incinerate straight into your face. You guys just stay there. You're nice and far back. And what's that? Smoke grenades. Not too fussed about that. That won't really do too much. Stop some shooting. And then I reckon we keep an eye out for some close combat weapons for Grugon, because with his speed that he's got at the moment, having some weapons would be quite nice that he can get in close with, or maybe just as a secondary. Clearing this up nicely, and a whole bunch of loot there. Fantastic. And were you any good? Misandrous, aesthetic, and fragile. No, they're literally the worst of vulture traits, other than aesthetic. That would be quite good. Okay, 28 survival meals. Tidy, some explosive shells, incendiary shells, and components. Awesome, and let's get that steel and cloth over as soon as we can. Vulture already back, and we haven't even cleared that first set of stuff out. And it looks like they're in a slightly bigger group this time. What sort of bed's that? Steel ergonomic bed. That's not bad. That, if we break that down, that gives us a decent amount of kit. But what we might be able to do, seeing as it is just a raid, if we can get them to bunch up here, bang down and incinerate straight into them, we've also got a nice amount of cover here. And yeah, they'll have that wall there. But if that's on fire, that's not really going to help them out too much. We don't have anyone else with anything super decent. Actually, a grenade launcher would be quite nice for this. Run from fire. Yeah. Nothing amazing right now. That is for sure. Doing alright on the old meat front, but not a crazy amount of stuff generally. Bit far away on the incinerate, but if we can get that just there, cool. That's going to do wonders for us. Very bad for them, good for us. They are pushing through. Crank, what's the range on that? A decent amount. Yeah, you just stay back here. We've gone down on being those grenades, mate. And again, if you could just move, that'd be great. And you are just our bullet sponge. They've decided to group up here, so let's chuck an incinerate onto them. Keep moving, Grugon. I hate these. These flash grenades are just about the most annoying thing that the Vulture has. If you get those and you mix them with flamethrowers, you're in for a bad time. Because they just end up getting you chain locked whilst throwing grenades at you. Which kind of sucks, really. Okay, let's move this way. That's done. That's done. You guys can go off and do what you want. Grugon, you just finish off killing some stuff. Cool. Can you get anyone else? Yeah. Yeah, he's getting pretty mean with that rifle now. And finish off Core. And were you any good over here? Nope. Finish off, finish off. I think we're just going to keep focusing down these two for the moment, because without the armor and without the weapons, we really aren't doing super great. If we haven't got enough stuff to keep our guys alive, there's no point getting more of them, because the more of them we get, the more things we're going to be fighting. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. We placed down another one of the crypto sleeps, and yeah, there was someone in it. Unfortunately, they're dead. It would have been nice if we get them unconscious, because then we would have been able to, well, strip the kit off them and give that flak jacket to someone. And our Krogans are running away, which isn't very Krogan-y, so A1 is going to stand and fight now. But this is a problem. We fired a grenade over, the grenade has taken out the power line, and with that power line taken out, we can't actually keep anything cold anymore. Fantastic. Right. No point staying, so let's reform caravan. We'll head over to the Asari. Not that we're expecting them to have a massive amount, but we might be able to get to them before everything spoils. They reckon it's going to take 2 days. I'm kind of hoping that we'll be there before that. We've already got a inspired travel. So yeah, I don't think this is going to take 2 days unless the night comes in. And how close we're going to get. No, we're still on the main road. The next Vulture camp is up there. We can't trade with the Taurians, but there is a Krogan castaway settlement here, so we can go around going to that. And there's another one there. Maybe they have something. It's not looking like it. But who knows? Let's go and trade. Got another psychic pacifier, so we'll pick one of those up unless we can find something better. Architect arm would be amazing. Exosuit would be awesome as well. They'd be very nice additions. N7 blade. That is cool. Let's see what you do. 10.64 and 26% armor penetration. You know, not actually all that amazing. It's okay. Better than a sharp stick, but really not great. An N7 SMG. Well, just because we need the guns, we'll pick it up. We'll get rid of that and that. We'll keep our Alliance pistol because it's just about one of the only guns that we do have. And they did have good N7 armor as well, so we'll pick that up. We prefer the heavy armor. The heavy armor is way better, but having some armor is going to be better than having none. And they do have an N7 heavy helmet, which is good quality. We'll take that as well. And we'll take the light Alliance helmet just because it's cheap. It's only 700. That won't really cost all that much. And this means that now we're going to be able to have a Krogan pretty geared up to be able to support our other Krogan who only have an SMG. But those SMGs shred at close range. And kind of we want the Krogans in close combat. So we are going to be heavy with that. Let's check over the SMG quickly. Does 12 damage, which isn't great. 35% armor penetration, which is decent. Burst count of 4, which is okay. Range 19, really good close. Not great short, medium and long sucks. It does have a big old cooldown though. And melee damage per second is 4.5. Yet again, not awesome. I think we'll pick up the Architect arm so that we can put it onto our crafter. And then this will leave us with enough money, hopefully, to pick some survival meals up. Even though we can't buy any. They do have emergency food. So we'll get 50 emergency food. That will tie us over until we can get up to the next Vulture base. I think we attack the Taurians, you know. That, to me, isn't a great idea. It's really not. Let's check over who's got decent shooting. He does. Cool. So you get the N7 heavy, then you get the N7 helmet, then the N7 heavy. Okay, yeah, you look pretty intimidating like that. Run from fire, you can have a helmet because you keep getting yourself into trouble. And Crank, you can have a helmet as well. We'll give the SMG to Kakaram, and then an Alliance pistol to Run from fire. And that means we've only got a couple guys without weapons. Sweet, we're slowly getting kit. So it looks like from taking those Vulture out, we can now trade with the Taurians. So it says they're minus 65, but we're on their base and it says that we can trade with them. They do have some okay stuff. So if we go down, so as far as tech goes, they have really good access to some impressive technologies. So that means a lot of things for us to buy. So that militia rifle for the moment. Don't have any guns really for us, but they got 2 N7 shotguns, which kind of suck. They really aren't great. So they do 10 damage, 40 armor penetration, but they have really long range. But at that point, you could get a sniper rifle that could do more. Other than it's got a fairly quick cooldown. They just really are not worth it. However, what they do have is a suit of heavy lance armor, and they've also got Spectre armor as well. So what I'm thinking, oh, and they've also got a capacitor helmet, which is another nice goodie. We fight some more Vulture, trade, and then we come back and we pick a fight with some Taurians. Because I think soon we'll be able to do it. Right now, we would just get bent over knee and spanked. And I think here is a good place to wrap up the episode. So thank you very much for watching episode 2 of the BloodPack. I've been Konzi, and I look forward to catching you on the next one.